Hello everyone, I'm Paul McGuire Grimes. You'll want to volunteer as tribute if you're a fan of The Hunger Games, as the new prequel movie, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, is an equally thrilling entry in the franchise. It's in theaters and I want to talk about it. This is Paul's trip to the movies. Donald Sutherland played Coriolanus Snow in the original franchise, and the current film goes back decades to a younger Snow, now played by Tom Blyth. He's attending school in the capital, and it's time for the reaping in prep for the 10th annual Hunger Games in Panem. Gangmaker Dr. Volumnia Gaul, who's played by Viola Davis, is desperately wanting to shake up the games as the viewing audience has been dwindling. Now all eyes are on Coriolanus Snow, who has a legacy to protect. He draws up a new plan for the games and becomes a mentor for Lucy Gray from District 12. Now she's played by Rachel Zegler. Lucy is known for her singing voice, and thus Coriolanus wants to draw upon his new songbird to win. Lucy is no innocent tribute. She's fierce, tough, and upends everything Snow thought about himself and his place in the games. The film also stars Peter Dinklage, Jason Schwartzman, and Hunter Schafer. The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, is directly adapted from the novel by Suzanne Collins. It's the writing team of Michael Lawrence and Michael Leslie know that this is a really meaty story with a much longer runtime, as it is the longest book in the franchise. But fans should also be pleased, though, as director Francis Lawrence is also back to direct, having made Catching Fire and the two Mockingjay movies. Now, Lawrence really understands Suzanne Collins' vision, and you can feel the synergy between the prequel and the rest of the films. Now, with this being a prequel, he and his production team have done an admirable job of making this film still stand on its own while connecting to the larger world at hand. Panem is being rebuilt after the Dark Days, and the actual Hunger Games themselves are played within an enclosed arena versus just out in the wild. It's just as epic in scale as the previous films, but it's darker, more ominous world than the flashy, eccentric world that we've come to love about the series. However, though, Francis Lawrence does not shy away from the really gruesome nature of the games and the seedy corruption at hand within the government. I would say that it's even more apparent in these movies than in the earlier franchise. Lawrence doesn't skip a beat and finds the urgency to really kickstart this film into high gear. Tom Blyth brings a really good conviction to Snow and is forced to keep his game close to the vest if he wants Lucy to win. The film is told in 3 parts, and the Hunger Games themselves really only make up a third of this movie. And then the back end of the film is what happens next for Snow. There's a romance bubbling between him and Lucy, but it's given time to breathe instead of just cashing in on what audiences may be looking for. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is a really winning cast, as Viola Davis just slays as Dr. Volumnia Gaul. She leans in hard, taking full advantage of the hair and makeup design and Trish Somerville's really lush costumes. Rachel Zegler wowed audiences with West Side Story and brings her gorgeous voice to the many songs in this film. There's an edge within her despite a really software appearance and quality to Zegler. Jason Schwartzman is ideal casting as Lucky Flickerman, who is the weatherman and the reporter for The Hunger Games. Now, I usually dismiss prequels that then give a villain an origin story and a backstory, as they often seem pointless and then remove any mystery about that character. But The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes makes for a really compelling saga, not only building up the Snow character, but just the whole world of Panem and these Hunger Games. It didn't just feel like a cash grab entry in a beloved franchise. There's enough distance between these stories, and it doesn't rely on fan service or legacy cameos to pull in the audience. I'm giving The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes 4 out of 5 ticket stubs. If you like my review today, click subscribe on my YouTube channel. I have some of the movie reviews and some celebrity interviews that I know you're going to want to check out. Follow me on social media at Paul's movie trip. Do you have a favorite film in this Hunger Games franchise? There's technically 5 movies now, so I'd love to hear your thoughts. Some are calling this one the best one, so let me know your thoughts. Paul's trip to the movies is also brought to you by Imagine Theaters. Tickets are on sale for The Hunger Games, The Marvels, Killers of the Flower Moon, Taylor Swift's The Eras Tour is still doing really well in theaters, so get tickets today. And tickets are on sale for my movie series, Paul McGuire Grimes Presents. Just look for that in the special events of their website. Coming up November 26th, it's The Big Chill, a movie I really love with Kevin Kline and Jeff Goldblum, about just legacy friendships, endearing friendships in the wake of tragedy. And we're going to close out the year with the Judy Garland holiday classic, Meet Me in St. Louis, on December 17th. I do a discussion after every one of these screenings, so get tickets today and let's talk about what makes these films so great. Thank you so much for watching my review of The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is Paul's trip to the movies.